Hello Blitz fans of all ages, it's me PlumCastle here breaking down some Christmas leaks for World of Tanks Blitz, and without any further ado, let's get right into it. So first thing that we can see here is that the E50M appears to be getting another kind of camouflage, because as you can see here, that's what it looks like. Now, we have a camouflage that's very similar to this, except instead of black as a base color, it's got purple, and the eyes don't actually move, which you may have noticed if I rewind here. You can see that one of the eyes moves there. Now, it's kind of hard to tell if this is an update to that camouflage or if this is another camouflage entirely. We'll just have to wait and see. And you'll see here that there's this black smoke. Now, I have no idea what that is. It could either be an effect or maybe it's in some sort of game mode. I have no clue. We'll have to wait and see what that is, or even if it ends up being anything at all. Next, we have a camouflage for the Kyler, and it seems that it's going to have a fairly interesting mechanic as far as camouflages go, because when you get hit, it seems that it gives you, if I rewind here, this electrical fencing. It looks very weird. I don't know if this is something that's actually going to show up in game, though I have a feeling that it probably will. Now, this is a camouflage for the Object 268 version 4, and I'm not exactly sure what this camouflage is supposed to be of, but it definitely looks pretty cool, as you can see there. Next, the Tiger P is getting a new kind of camouflage as well. It looks a little bit interesting on one hand, but of course, I would say that for the most part, these little peripherals here kind of are based more on modern tanks as opposed to classic World War II tanks, but Wargaming does what Wargaming does, and that's what's going to be coming for this particular tank. Now, I forget the name of this tank. I'll just put it in text on the screen, and here is what it looks like. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but it's going to have this kind of interesting, weird camouflage. Honestly, not the most amazing thing ever, but it's new and it's fun to talk about, I guess. Moving on from that, we have something special about the T-28 Defender, because it seems that at least this particular tank in the Defender series might be receiving some sort of interesting attachment / camouflage, as you can see here, because the T-28 Defender's normal color is more of a dark blue, almost black, not this light colored blue. And you can see there that whatever that is, if Wargaming didn't transition the video so quickly, are these sort of vials. I'm not sure if they have any effect. Probably just something to look cool, but nonetheless something interesting to look at, and just another nice thing that will be coming into the game. After that, we finally move into the Christmassy events, starting with this one regarding some Hollywood movie stars, I guess. I don't know, seems a little bit out of place if you ask me, but it does seem that it is going to come with some interesting rewards, such as these two camos. Now, the one is featuring Arnold, and the other one is an actor named, or should I say actress named Mila. And here's what the camouflages look like. Yeah, I'm not sure what I really think of the camos, but hey, it's something to collect in the game, and probably something that will sit rotting in my storage. Now, of course, this comes in its own event, so you can see here, we've got a few items here. I imagine that it is going to be free to play. I really don't see how Wargaming could charge anything for this, but again, we'll have to wait and see. But you can see here, booster, some sort of special item, likely something that you exchange for free XP, or maybe even gold if we're lucky. Another item that's fairly similar, some general stuff that we normally see, of course the camos, and what appears to be a profile background. Though Wargaming was generous enough not to show us what this looked like in the trailer, so we'll have to wait and see what that actually looks like in the game itself. As for how to get through this, it's probably going to be something win-based is my guess, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Now, after that, we have the Christmas event, which is the one for the snow globe. So we see the normal stuff, credits, boosters, yada, yada, yada. Some camo that's a little bit blurry because it's moving by so quickly on the screen. Another camouflage there. An attachment here, which they will show in just a minute. And if I pause right here, the Type 62, which has the dragon camouflage, likely not yet because this is just the normal Type 62. I have it. I think I've played it. Not a tank that really stands out. Something fun to collect, but since I already have it, I'm definitely not grinding for it. But the important thing here is the snow globe, because that is very, very important, because you can get some very good free stuff for it. As for how we're going to progress through this event, it's likely going to be wins, but it's probably going to be very difficult, as we know from previous Christmas events. You're probably going to have to grind and win some 200, maybe 300 or 400 games over the course of, I think it's like a week or two. So yeah, not a very long time to waste your life on this game, to be sure. Now, as for what's in the snow globe, we can see here once it finishes this animation, here's what's in it, or at least we can assume that this is most, if not all of what's in it. There may be some other tanks. The Wargaming didn't say that this is a full list, but we can see here we've got the Caro 45T from Black Friday, the Stritzvong K, which is the new tank for Christmas, the AMX M4 Emily 54 from 2 Christmases ago, the Kampfpanzer 50T, the VK 90.0NP from 4 Christmases ago, I think. I don't know, it came out before I was even playing the game. Concept 1B, which I believe was last Christmas. Object 907, T22 Medium from many Christmases ago. Object 268 version 4, K91, Object 752, WZ121GFT. So in general, I'd say fairly decent rewards. Of course, if you can grind this for free, you're going to get something cool. Some of these tanks are obviously better than others, but I would say there's nothing in here that stands out as being absolutely terrible. Now, moving on past this, here's our first look at the Stritzvong K, and it looks interesting. It's even got this special camouflage with these missiles, so definitely looks interesting. We'll have to see what the stats look like. They might have come out, but I haven't seen them yet. There is that little attachment that I was talking about, the little snowman. So basically when you shoot stuff, it's going to do this funny jump animation. When you get hit, it's going to make this angry animation and then grow its nose back, which looks creepy, to be honest. And of course the Blitz Fair auctions, which is a time where we can usually get some interesting deals on some tanks, or at the very least just buy tanks that we couldn't normally. So I don't know if these two tanks are verified to be in this event. They are the AMX M4 MLE 54 and the Chieftain Mark 6, but considering they put it in the trailer, it's very likely that we will see these two particular tanks in the auctions. Couldn't tell you what any other tanks in the auctions are, as we just don't have that information yet, but I will do my best to make videos on that. Moving on past this, we have some new PBR models. So it seems that the AMX 50B is getting PBR. I believe it is getting buffed because I believe the armor in certain places is getting thickened, and then there's like one place that's getting slightly weakened. But in general, I think this is actually getting a buff, which is of course really nice. The Luva is also getting PBR model. I believe it is also receiving a buff in terms of armor. I didn't look at the exact specifications, but I did read that this tank is receiving some sort of buff in the next update due to its PBR model. Now, the IS-3 is also getting a PBR model. However, I think, technically speaking, it might have been nerfed when it comes to reverse side scraping. However, I would say in general, you're probably not going to notice much of a difference in this tank because basically no one reverse side scrapes in this game, it seems. But moving on past that, we have, they're basically showing off that boss mode's going to be coming out. I think they're probably going to do some sort of like Discord-based mission or something, but basically just a fun game mode to play during the holiday. And beyond that, there's just this last little animation that you saw, the present falling from the sky. Now, it's really hard to tell what Wargaming was doing here, because on the one hand, it could mean there's going to be some sort of special gift for Christmas, which seems very likely because that's what Wargaming typically does, but we can't ignore the fact that it may have just been Wargaming putting in this animation just for cinematic effect, so it's kind of 50-50. And we'll have to wait to see if this actually means anything. But anyway, those are the leaks for this Christmas. As for when all this stuff is supposed to come out, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be soon after the Ritter event is over, which is in like 6 days at the time of recording this video. So probably somewhere between a week and the 15th of December. But anyway, those are the leaks for Christmas. And so with that, I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, have fun, good luck, and happy tanking.